Incident 1. On September 2nd, 2001, the cable used to haul trains up the lift of Millennium Force broke during a morning test run, resulting in the stranding of 30 park employees at the top of the coaster's lift hill, 275 feet above ground. There were no injuries. Incident 2. Millennium Force number 2. In July 2023, a duck flew in front of a moving train and reportedly became trapped between a seat and a portion of the ride train. The duck was removed by a guest who turned it over to guest services, and the duck was later turned over to wildlife rehabilitation services. Incident 3. Raptor number 1. On June 21st, 2015, a 37-year-old man injured his right leg when the gates in the ride's loading platform closed on him as he was boarding the ride. The incident resulted in a 4-inch long gash on his lower right leg, and he was taken to a nearby hospital where he received 11 stitches. Incident 4. Raptor number 2. On August 13th, 2015, a 45-year-old man attempting to retrieve a dropped cell phone in the ride's restricted area was killed after being struck in the back of the head by a passing roller coaster train. Incident 5. Scamper. On June 29th, 1963, a 17-year-old boy suffered fractures to his wrist while riding the coaster. He was treated at Good Samaritan Hospital. Incident 6. On July 19th, 2013, a boat on Shoot the Rapids rolled back down the ride's lift hill and flipped over, injuring 7 riders on board. 6 were treated by park medical staff, and 1 was taken to a nearby hospital and later released. Incident 7. On July 26, 2014, a cable on Skyhawk for one of the carriages that attaches to the pendulum snapped, injuring 2 riders. 1 was treated on scene, while the other was taken to a local hospital and later released. Incident 8. On July 3rd, 2013, a boat on Snake River Falls failed to generate a splash at the bottom of its descent, causing it to become dislodged at the track's first turn. Cedar Point later determined that the water level was too low. No injuries were reported. Incident 9. On May 18, 1985, 10 people were stranded on Space Spiral for several hours inside its cab. The device responsible for raising and lowering the cab had partially failed, preventing the cab from returning to ground level. It had to be raised to the top of the tower, with its passengers being evacuated either by ladder or winch and harness. Incident 10. On May 5th, 2018, opening day for Steel Vengeance, a train returning to the station lightly bumped into another train that was parked in the station. 4 riders were examined by the park's first aid team and released. Incident 11. Steel Vengeance number 2. On July 21st, 2018, a 17-year-old boy threw a packet of hot sauce at a train, which apparently exploded and hit some people in the face and eyes. The 17-year-old boy was charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct. A Sandusky officer responded to a call from Cedar Point police at about 4:20 p.m. about riders being hit by hot sauce. According to a Sandusky police report, 7 Steel Vengeance riders were treated by Cedar Point EMS. The report states 1 woman had to get her eyes flushed out after being exposed to the hot sauce. 7 people were treated at the park. Incident 12. Steel Vengeance number 3. On August 11, 2018, a tire from the drive system located near the brake run became detached and landed near the queue. The ride was evacuated and no injuries were reported. Incident 13. On July 14, 2004, 4 people riding top Thrill Dragster were struck by metal debris that sheared off the coaster's launch cable during launch. They were treated at the park's first aid station and 2 sought further treatment at a nearby hospital. The metal pieces came from a cable that pulls trains on top Thrill Dragster to speeds of 120 miles per hour. Incident 14. Top Thrill Dragster number 2. On August 7, 2016, a launch cable became detached on the ride. 2 passengers were evaluated at the park's first aid station and later released, resuming their visit in the park. Incident 15. Top Thrill Dragster number 3. On August 15, 2021, a guest waiting in line was struck in the head by a piece of metal after it became dislodged from the ride by a passing train that was nearing the end of its run. She was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment and then transferred to an intensive care unit where it was determined that she had suffered a brain injury. In September 2022, Cedar Point announced they were retiring the ride. The ride has now reopened for the 2024 season as Top Thrill 2. Incident 16. On June 26, 2019, 2 trains on ValRavn suffered a minor collision in the station. Several riders were evaluated by the park's first aid staff and no injuries were reported. Incident 17. On January 14, 2002, a 200-foot portion of one of VertiGo's 265-foot steel towers collapsed. It was later determined to be caused by the removal of the ride vehicle during off-season maintenance. When attached, the vehicle provided stabilization, preventing the towers from swaying past their 8-foot sway allowance. Incident 18. On July 20, 2002, 2 boats on Whitewater Landing became stuck at the bottom of the drop, and a 3rd boat collided with them from behind. All 6 riders were examined at hospital for minor injuries and released. Incident 19. On May 16, 2008, a car on WildCat rolled backward down the lift hill, colliding with another car. 10 riders suffered minor injuries. Inspections confirmed a suspected fault in the ride's anti-rollback system. Incident 20. On June 5, 2011, a car returning to the station collided with a stationary car. 7 riders suffered minor injuries, 3 of which were evaluated at a nearby hospital. Next is Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Incident 21. On July 24, 1926, a 16-year-old girl riding a roller coaster died from injuries she sustained after falling from a coaster train. Incident 22. On July 11, 1940, A 9-year-old boy who was riding on the Ferris wheel fractured his skull after sticking his head out of an 8-inch opening at the top of the door, which was bolted on the outside of a carriage he was sitting in. The child brought his head into contact with the framework of the wheel, which then caused him to severely injure himself when his head became stuck after coming too close. He was declared dead after being taken to Allentown Hospital. Incident 23, Flying Dutchman No. 1. On July 15, 1979, 6 people were injured after 2 coaster trains collided. 2 out of the 6 passengers were hospitalized at Allentown and Sacred Heart Hospital Center. A park spokesperson claimed that the accident occurred due to a brake malfunction on one of the trains as it rear-ended into another. Incident 24, Flying Dutchman No. 2. In 1986, a 13-year-old girl suffered injuries to her chest and abdomen when the ride came to a complete halt.